Hi everybody, it's Jeff and Nikki from Nightshade Nook Decor. So we are actually doing the flood coat, the final coat on the Kansas City Chief coasters and on the black and gold swirl coasters. No, I haven't come up with a better name yet. So normally, it takes a while for this to cure, but we had the shop nice and warm today, so they are good enough to do the flood coat on without having to do the scuff. So they're not, how do I want to say, it's not completely dry. They're not dry.
No,
but they're not tacky wet.
Right. They're hard enough to pour another coat over. And if you're going to pour a second pour while that seal coat is still a little bit soft, you don't have to scuff.
And this is just that perfect time.
They will bond just fine. But if we had waited till tomorrow, we would have to scuff. But because we're doing it while it's still a little soft, we can get away with not scuffing.
Saves you a little extra work.
Yeah, the epoxy will adhere.
So we've already applied the decals to the Kansas City Chiefs coasters. I think they look great.
Yeah, they came out really good.
And you guys can actually shout out if you have any name ideas for these black and gold swirl coasters. So I'm not racking my brain. I don't like black and gold swirl. And Midnight Sky doesn't seem to hit it. I don't remember what you said. You came up with something earlier.
I don't remember.
Clearly I didn't like that one either. It's not a tiger thing. I just don't know. I have no name for these. So what Jeff is going to do, since he already poured the Wisebond tabletop and bar epoxy on top, he's just going around the edges again like you've seen him do numerous times. And this is just to kind of make sure that there's an even coat of epoxy on all sides of the coaster. And then when you're done with the coasters, you're putting a cork backing on the bottom of them, right?
Right.
So you can see they also have like the little stalactites on the bottom from the epoxy. Those will all get sanded off, which is why we were saying earlier, he's not done because he still has sanding to do once they have cured. So probably, 3-4 days from now is when he'll do that. Tabletop sets up a lot quicker than the deep pour epoxy that we use to make the coasters.
And after we do this final pour, it really has to cure for a few days before we handle it again, because otherwise we'll leave depressions or fingerprints in there. So because we were pouring another coat, we were able to handle them today. But if the one we did earlier was our final pour, we certainly wouldn't be handling them now. We'd have to wait.
No, you're very strict on that. He doesn't even enjoy people in the shop when he's got epoxy that is wet and not able to touch, because everyone comes in here and touches your stuff. Mm-hmm. It's really kind of funny. Sure, you're not amused. I'm amused. Especially when the kids come over. Oh, is this done? Can I look at this? I think these are really, really pretty. I don't know what we're going to call these. You know what? I think I'm going to, if these guys don't come up with a name to shout out at me, I think I'm going to have Tay name them when she comes over tonight. Because she's pretty good about that. She's actually how we got our business name, Nightshade Nook Decor. She was throwing out all kinds of things. But this is the one I like the most, and this is the one that stuck. And these are all, if you missed the earlier videos, these are made with Wisebond Deep Pour Epoxy. It is a maple slab. And the black and gold ones are done using the My Spring Charcoal Black and the My Spring Royal Gold mica powders. And the Chiefs ones are made using the My Spring wine red and just a little bit of a basic red mica powder that we added to it to kind of soften it and not make it so deep a color. I'm very happy with these coasters.
Yeah, they're coming out really nice.
So I know while I've got time to babble. As you were talking about doing that that round table beach thing, are we going to video that?
Yeah, we could.
Very, very cool. So finally, I'm going to get a piece of furniture from our business. I'm super excited. We have this old antique round table that I think your plan was to refinish it, but I liked it. So he's going to do a epoxy beach pour on top of it, which we're going to film, which should be really, really cool. And now he's just kind of going over them and relieving the surface tension, which just kind of helps the epoxy level out and also prevents any of the dimples or bubbles, I guess, that you would have formed in the epoxy. And once he's done doing for that, I was already scanning for your torch. He's just going to go over them with the torch and just remove any of the air bubbles. And then we're done for a couple days on these.
Yeah,
because they're going to have to sit and dry.
Yeah, these will have to cure.
And I don't think you're going to have to do numerous coats on this as long as, everybody stays out of your shop. Mm-hmm. Do you need help with that glove again?
I don't know.
Because I'm kind of more prepared now.
Well, I almost had it. But I got it.
Yeah, I think we're definitely going to have to get you some bigger gloves. So now he's just going over them along at the top and the sides with the torch, and that's just to remove any of the air bubbles that are in there, just because they can leave like pock marks in the epoxy. So you always want to get those out. And then that's it. That's the flood coat. And he is done for a few days till he has to sand off the bottoms, and we are good to go. Do you have anything else you want to add?
No, I think that's it.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any questions or comments, please put them in the comment section. We always respond to all of our comments, whether it be on the posts or message you directly. And you guys have a great night. Thank you for watching.